The Maltese Holiday is a good film, but one of the protagonists is impossibly irritating. And also, Christmas Day does happen in the film, but I wouldn't call it a festive film. Those are things just worth bearing in mind, but I do recommend it. This was released in 2021. It's written and directed by Candice T. Cain, and it stars Ashley Brinkman as Shea and Cody Calafiore as Michael. Michael is, interestingly, not a likable character to begin with, but then I actually really warmed to him. Shea was okay to begin with, and then just became more and more insufferable. But I still enjoyed the film, and that's despite the fact that not much happens and it basically centers around their relationship. So I realize I'm contradicting myself, but I have to be honest, despite these issues, I actually really liked it. Basically, Michael and Shea are both going to Malta on their own because the people they're meant to go with aren't going with them. We get the context, it makes sense. I won't go into too much detail, but it sets things up quite nicely. And they end up sitting next to each other on the plane, and it turns out they're both staying at the same hotel as well. And the rest of the film is about them growing in their relationship and exploring Malta and enjoying their holiday. And that's about it. And I will say that part of it was quite pleasant. I liked the adventure aspect. I liked seeing where they were exploring. I don't know how much of it was filmed in Malta. We do have, according to IMDb, the resort exteriors were filmed in Ramla Bay Resort in Malta, and a lot of it was also filmed in New York, for example, the restaurants and the bars, which is absolutely fine. But it seems like we do get at least some external shots of Malta, which is quite nice. But if anybody has been to Malta, if you think it accurately captures what a vacation in Malta would be like, please feel free to let me know. As I said, Michael, although he's in a bit of a mood to begin with, he actually becomes quite likable, and I really enjoyed the character. Shea, not so much. She is kind of obnoxious. Not just because she's a vlogger and we often get snaps of her vlogging her holiday. Thankfully, they do become less frequent the more time she spends with Michael. And I will say they're very well edited into the film, so if you like that kind of thing, it might appeal to you. But the way she presented herself when she was talking to her fans or followers or whatever you want to call them was just so irritating. And then the way she behaved around Michael, and particularly when she'd had too much to drink, she was just insufferable, and I really hated her as a character, and I feel bad for saying that. The performances are absolutely fine, and the romance that develops between them is very believable. But as a character, I just can't get behind Shea at all. But Michael, I did like. So it's not the most intricate, heavy, intense narrative. It's a very easy watch, very pleasant to look at, and generally the characters are okay. Shea, I could stomach watching her, but it was tough going at times. But Michael, as I said, I really liked. And as a couple, as a pairing, I think it worked quite well. So I did enjoy it. If you're looking for a film that's easy to watch, that isn't too complicated, that does actually make sense and flows quite well, then The Maltese Holiday is worth watching. If you're looking for a festive film, it's not going to be it. But otherwise, the narrative is not too bad. One half of the characters were really likable. On her own, I didn't like Shea. But as a pairing with Michael, not too bad. So, all things considered, it's an okay film. It's not the best I've ever seen. It's not the best from Candice T. Cain, but I didn't mind it. I wouldn't watch it again. But if it sounds like your kind of film, then I'd say it's worth watching.